Hello, everyone. It's Lori Staley, Addicted Stamper with Stampin' Up. And we're doing an evening edition of Tuesday lunchtime stamping. I had an appointment that ran long, and then when I tried to go live at 2, there was technical issues. And so here we are at 7 p.m. So hopefully a couple of you are going to hop on and join me. I'll give you a minute to find me. We're going to be playing with the March paper pumpkin, the Daisy Daydream tonight. I'm going to share a couple of alternatives with you. So if you hop on, say hello, let me know. This is the pretty box that it came in, right? Love that. That can be repurposed for sure. Let me know that you're here. Just give you a couple minutes. I know it's a different time. Hopefully everybody saw the post over on Facebook that usually follows me. Hey, Sharon. Hi there. I am doing well, just crazy busy. And I had an appointment today. I was gone since last Tuesday, was my last day home. And so, of course, coming back late last night, today I had an appointment that ran long, and then I couldn't do noon, and then at 2 o'clock the system wasn't working, and so here we are, 7 o'clock. What the heck, right? We'll try a different time. Oh, I'm sorry, Corinne. I hope they feel better soon. All right. Well, now that I have a couple of you on with me, and I think there might be a couple more who are not saying hello, we're going to go ahead and get started. Ignore the man behind me if he shows up in the screen. It's my husband trying to do trash. Um, these are my just cards for this month, right? This is a free class with a minimum $45 product order on my website. So we have a sympathy, that's a bookbinding fold. And then we have an Easter blessings. We have a happy birthday with that beautiful thankful garden paper, another birthday, and a thinking of you. Free with a $45 product order. You can come to the in-person class the second Tuesday of the month at 3, or you can choose to do a porch pickup if you're local, or we will mail them to you. We just ask for $5 postage to help cover the postage and the packaging materials. I did make it. I did make it. Yes, 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 I did. So, if you're interested in that, you just need to place that order on my website by the 31st. I'm going to say 10 o'clock is going to be the cutoff, and there is the host code that needs to be applied to that order in order for it to qualify. You can also get just the PDF with a $35 product order. So either one of those will work for you. All right. These were the cards that we did last month. And the winner is Thelma Angel. Thelma, I think you're lucky. I think you came up not too long ago, too, when the wheel spun. So, Thelma, I'm going to see you on Friday. I'm going to bring these with me for you, okay? Hey, Deborah, good to see you. I did. How's the weather in Maine, my friend? Debbie? The pre-order launched today for demonstrators who did not go to on stage. So I'm sure Stamping Up is very busy. And I ordered my catalogs tonight for my local friends and even some of my long distance friends. And then I have to do my mailing selector. So oh, excuse me, that's on my agenda for tomorrow night because I'll be back down at the nest and I'm just doing tours tomorrow afternoon. So I won't have anybody there. So I should be able to get that done. Oh, thank you, Sharon. All right, so Paper Pumpkin. Now, if you are following Stamping Up, you know all about Paper Pumpkin. It's our monthly subscription kit. Comes to your door with everything in it that you need, including if it's your first Paper Pumpkin, you actually get one of the clear blocks that you can use on all future Paper Pumpkin orders. And this month, March, was the Daydream kit. And it was also our birthday month, if you will. Why did I think Maine? I don't know why I said Maine, and it stinks cold and dark. I'm sorry. Yes, you are in Vermont. I know this. Um, it came with 2 stamp sets. So I know you can't see what these are, but there's hive images and bee images and lots of fun greetings and this pretty daisy spray and then a bigger hive image. So lots of fun. So that was our bonus this month. It also always comes with an ink spot and of course the step-by-step instructions that walk you through how to put the cards together. It will have dimensionals, it will have glue dots, it will have what else? Any kind of embellishment or ribbon that is needed for this month that you're receiving. So it's a cool thing. And if you haven't checked it out, make sure you check that out. You can find that now under Stamping Up, not you don't have to go to a separate site for Paper Pumpkin any longer. If you are currently a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you do want to go in and claim your subscription if you haven't done that already. So if you go to the Stampin' Up website, search for Paper Pumpkin, it should walk you right through that process. And then these are the cards as they were meant to be. So this were cards. I did the first 3 cards. You got 9 cards in this kit, 3 of each design. These are how they intended you to put the cards together. But you know, I like to go rogue sometimes and make my own alternates. But these are very pretty. This has a nice white inside, so you can add, write, stamp, whatever you like on the inside. And all of those daisies are popped up with an additional layer. There's gold hive imagery and the little bumblebee. And this one even has a layer of vellum behind it. So that one's really cute as well. Again, a nice white center. And then this one, which I really like. Enjoy your special day. All right, so that's what we were supposed to make. Again, you got the supplies to make 3 of each of those cards. But now I'm going to share with you what I decided to do with them. And because there was only 3 of each, I couldn't show you how to make the standards that they expected or my alternates. So I chose to demonstrate my alternates for you. Okay. All right. So this one is just a little different than theirs. Theirs looked like this. Okay. Mine, I'm not popping up this back layer, but what I am doing, I'm telling you, they're saying that this is a light version of Lost Lagoon, but if anybody's been around for a while, it reminds me of Soft Sky. Remember Soft Sky? It's such a pretty blue. So what I did to get this layer on the front, because the envelopes, and I had envelopes laying here to show you. This is one. So the front flap has the cute little daisy embellishments, and then we've got the hive and the bumblebee all around. These are the other 2. This one's so pretty with the blue background. And then this one has the bigger spray of daisies. So you get the 9 envelopes as well. When the envelopes are decorated, I tend to like to cut it up, right? So that's what we're going to do. So that's my front is this. So the first thing I try to do is gently get the back section removed. I know they really do have cute cards. And then you have options. Either make them all the way they give you the instructions for, or you can do your own thing, right? So now I've got it. I really messed that corner up badly, but we're going to use it anyway. See if we can get creative on it. So I'm just going to trim this off. Paper cutter would have been a good idea, but we did it that way. And pretty much the sides the adhesive has kind of messed those up. So they're not really viable for your designs unless you can do a better job of getting that off than I did. Okay, so I'm going to throw these away. I don't think I'm going to do anything with that, but we'll wait and see. I might. I think I am going to do something with that. And then we're going to cut off the flap as well. But we're not going to throw the flap away because we're definitely going to use that on something else. All right. I got spoiled being in Raleigh because our weather has not quite reached that level of temperature yet, and I am missing it. Yeah, it's all sky, right? That's what this reminds me of. All right, now I still have to trim it down, but somebody took my trimmer. This is what happens when I'm not home. I'm not really sure who's coming in my studio doing things, but oh, both trimmers are MIA. There, I found one. I have two, but apparently they were in someone's way and they ditched them into the back table, which I didn't look for it there. So we're going to trim it down to be just a bit smaller than our card base. Most of that trimming is going to come off this top. Although really, I wonder how much I'd have to trim to fix this corner. Let's try that. Well, I think that did it. All right. So now we'll take the rest off the top. There's lots of activity at my nest today, and I'm not sure what's going on down there. I have cameras that alert me when there's action happening. And we're going to go on this side and bring it down too. A little bit off this side. Do any of you get paper pumpkin? There we go. Or have gotten it in the past? Hey, Jeannie. For some reason, either I'm further away or the screen is smaller today or something is not right because, yeah, it's not working out here for me at all. I can't really, oh, yeah, that might be better. Okay. So we have our card front. Of course, this was one of the pieces that they gave us. So that's going to go right about there. And then I love the tall daisy. So pretty. I'm going to kind of put that in there a little bit more of an angle. And then I cut that little strip of Lost Lagoon. That's all I added to this card that wasn't included in the kit. They even give you the labels in different shapes and sizes. Well, that's not quite all. I did add some gold trim that we're going to add the bow down there. And then I'm going to bring in the two little bumblebees, right? So let's go ahead and do some mounting. Awesome. It's one of those things too. Sometimes they pile up, so you need to take a little bit of a break, right? At least they do in my house. I tend to give a lot of mine as prizes at my team meeting. If I haven't gotten to it, I'm like, you know what? Somebody else can enjoy this because it's probably not happening the way I want it to. All right. We've got that there. I'm going to set that aside for a minute while we put all our goodies on here. Just going to put a little bit of glue on the leaf section so everything stays down as we want it to. And I could have popped those up. I think I did pop the flowers up and just mounted the stems previously, but today I decided just to mount it all flat. So you can do it either way. I'm going to grab a glue dot here. And the gold trim does fray out very nicely. So if you like that effect, this is great for that. Gives us a nice little spray there. All right. Whoops. The glue dot decided to stick to the cutting mat. And then the happy birthday stamp is from the stamps that they gave us, but I don't think I mounted. I thought I mounted them all. I did not. So we're going to grab that and grab block. We're going to stamp it in Lost Lagoon. So bring that in. I really have not figured out what has happened to all my small blocks. I thought maybe they somehow made their way to the nest, but I did not see them there. I'm going to stamp this on here. Hopefully straight. It's always a positive. I'm not sure I did. And I love when it falls over backwards. Oh, that's not too bad. We'll take that. I want to see. My screen is once again frozen. I do love that. But I don't think it is for you guys. I think it's just me. So I'm going to see if I can catch it up to where we are. Close. Very close. Yeah, my husband worked on this today and he said it was good, but it's not good. It's not good. All right, I think I'm with you, but my screen is really funky. All right. We're going to go ahead and mount that onto that background layer of Lost Lagoon. And then bring that in. I'm going to pop that up with dimensionals. So I'm going to grab a sheet of those. Do 3 of those across there. And then I'm going to fussy cut the rest of this envelope because I want those guys right there. So, you know how your husbands will say, well, I had to buy this tool because the right tool makes all the difference, right? You've heard that, I'm sure. I know I have multiple times over the last, I don't know, 20 plus, 25 plus years. Well, I got to agree with him because, you know, I was not a fussy cutter prior to getting these scissors, and now I don't dread it. I love these scissors. I ought to become like an affiliate for them or something. So I'm going to glue this right here in the corner, just so we have our action going on in all 3 corners, and then the flower in the outside corner. Okay, good. Everything seems fine now. I think I've caught up. Just, and I don't know, you've probably heard this from other ladies or gentlemen that you watch, but Facebook has limited the storage for lives, for live videos, to just 30 days. So that means that something I did 31 days ago over on Facebook is going to disappear very, very soon. And I thought about downloading them and loading them up here on YouTube. And I may still try to do that with some of them, most specifically the Just Cards, because I know some of you earn the Just Cards, but you may not get to them right away. And it does, I think, help to have a video sometimes, right? So I'm going to try to do that at least from the beginning of the year before they start deleting those. Okay. And then we're just going to add our greeting and those cute little bumblebees, which are on back order. I'm so sorry. They're coming back, but they're just currently still on back order. There we go. And the best way I have found to add those little guys is to just do a dot on either side of the greeting. And then just take a quick tool with the putty end. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. But if you have a favorite video, whether it's mine or somebody else's, and you're like, I want to go back and watch that, and it's on Facebook, then I would suggest maybe you download it so that you have access to it on your um, tool, whether it be a PC, an iPad, or whoops, whatever you use to watch your videos on, just in case they don't download them, right? But I've been doing live since pandemic started. My quote was "Do it scared," because I'm telling you, the first time I did a live, it was crazy. Okay, let me put the lid back on those because you know daggone well this klutz will spill them everywhere. And we'll set those aside. I don't know if I'm on camera, off camera. It's just my screen is really crazy right now. Hopefully you're seeing most of my surface. I am not. I have like, it's almost gone into vertical orientation instead of horizontal. Before we close that up, I just grabbed a greeting. I hope your day is a happy one. To stamp on the inside. There we go. And you could add an extra little blings or something from the kit, another daisy or whatever. If I have daisies left over at the end, I might go back and do that. I think, no, I didn't do it in this one, but I might do that later. But there is my first alternate. I think it's pretty cool. I'm gonna get the ink off of this just in case I need it later. Yeah, I just don't know what's going on with my screen. Okay, let's bring in project number 2. And that looks something like that. So here I'm going to use that base that we popped all the daisies up on, added a little of the gold accent, the bumblebee, and the greeting under there. I'm just going to use it as a full base. And the other thing about this, I mean, you could cut these in half and just layer them on other pieces of basic cardstock that you might have, basic white or color, a mossy meadow or something, and get even more cards out of it. I went the easy route this time, and I just decided to use the card base as it was. And then I took this layer, you get 3 of these. This circle will definitely get used on something later. I'm not throwing that out. That's a great circle, right? Like the deckled edge around here. And we're going to go ahead and pop this on here. And we're going to use adhesive strips. And there were some adhesive strips that came in the kit, but I'm going to grab my regular adhesive strips if I have some here, which I thought I did. I thought I did. Maybe I don't. I have little ones. We'll use the little guys. So I'm going to put one there. And we'll just space them out. Actually, they're coming off in 2s. So this is going to be nice and sturdy. I think that one came off in 3s. But this was probably from another paper pumpkin kit, to be honest with you. Here, let's do that. And that. They really want to come together. All right. So we're going to pop that up using those strips. Now, hopefully the backs peel off together. Oh, no, of course not. Well, this one came in a strip of 3. So this, like I said, these came from a prior paper pumpkin, and that's another nice thing. You usually have some adhesive, dimensionals, whatever, left over, and possibly some bling or some string if there's string included in the kit. Those are all leftovers that you can then use and play with your other creations that you're making. So The hardest part of this card is layering it evenly at one time because those strips are not going to forgive if we don't get it right, but we did. We did. Now I am going to pop up just this single daisy in here with a dimensional on the back. Just one in the center. Line up those petals. We've got a little accent going there. Bring in our label. So this is a little bit of a different shaped label than what we had the last time. These all come in the kit. And there will be extras of those as well. So that's kind of nice. And I swear to you, I pulled a yellow blending brush out earlier. There it is. It says yellow. Does that look yellow? Well, it's okay. We're going to use it anyway. And I'm just going to turn my label with our blending brush. That is the fun of getting a kit because you can adapt it to whatever you want it to be. Just because those labels were white doesn't mean they have to stay white. Okay, if we're done with that, I'm going to close this up before I lay my hand in it. I'm going to grab my Mossy Meadow ink and our sweetest birthday. All of the cards I'm making tonight are birthday because I need birthday cards right now. So I'm like, well, I might as well make this work for me. And I actually opened the kit with someone specific in, let me put that on the black because I can't really see that. With someone specific to do a card for. And then I thought, oh, you know what? I'm just going to do them and share with you guys. I can't see that, guys. There's such a glare. Sorry, I know I am probably off camera. And then I wanted a little bit darker color behind it. So I just cut a tiny strip of crushed curry cardstock. And I didn't worry about decaling the edge to complement what's already down there. It'll just go right to the edge. That glue was trying to run away. Did you see that? I do want it to be straight, however, and I think that looks pretty good. And then not upside down. I don't recommend putting it on upside down. We're going to go ahead and do that with dimensionals. We're going to mount that with dimensionals. Before we do that, though, one of those pop outs on that original card that I shared with you, this one, right, has a tiny little flower right up there. I'm going to use that as an accent on the corner of my card. So again, I'm just going to lay a little bit of glue down here. And tuck that in the corner. Did anybody stamp today? I've been packing kits and doing paperwork all day after my appointment. Pop that here. And then we're going to bring in one of those cute little bumblebees. You can stamp bumblebees. They give you the supplies to stamp your bumblebees if you want to create your own in this particular kit. Refills will go on sale or have gone on sale. I don't even know what the date is. They're going to sell out quickly, I'm sure, but you can only get them if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. So if you are not, you're probably not going to be, well, I know you're not going to be able to grab one. But this was a good one. And I love that we got the extra bonus stamp set as their birthday gift to us. So there we go. This one, we're going to go ahead and stamp a greeting in. I think I'm going to do it in Mossy Meadow. That might be my eyes talking, but I like my greetings to be a little bit darker when they can be. And that says, wishing you all the happiness in the world. And yep, this is the one. So where did my envelope go? That is not what I want. There it is. So we're going to fussy cut this from the envelope flap. And this is pretty quick. And this is really nice because it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, I don't recommend cutting off the flower. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're just going to layer it inside. Now it's too long, so I'm going to grab my paper trimmer back here a second. And I'm just going to trim this down so that it is 4 1/4. So I'm going to start there. Give us a nice straight edge for the edges of our card. So I know the envelopes are really pretty and it's nice to put your card in an already decorated envelope, but they also make really cute accents for inside the card. And I am going to make this a flat edge so it lines up at the base of the card. That's what we wanted. That's a good time to do it. Yeah, absolutely. And you could put this on with liquid glue. I'm just going to put it on with some seal. There we go. So that just adds a little bit of an accent to the inside of the card as well. So there is project number 2. One more that I did. Let me get rid of all the pieces and parts up here that don't need to stick around anymore, right? Oh, thank you guys. All right. So I don't see Cindy watching, but if she's watching, she needs to go away now. This was the original card I designed for my friend's birthday. But I thought it came out so nice and I was going to share it with you guys as well. Lots of pieces. Dump them out. Maybe. Don't you love how things like to stay inside your cellophane bags? It's just crazy. So I did. Oh, guys. Hold on. I might not be able to do this card for you. I cannot. Because I didn't bring anything home from the nest because I'm going back down there and I didn't bring the dies. So I can't cut this border. Darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. This is the inside basic white. And then I used one of the card bases that they gave us. And I cut it in half. And I went through them 3 times, but I had people talking to me while I was packing and I was afraid I was going to miss something. And of course I missed the dies. And actually I'm going to cut this down even more because this is really cut down to a 4 by 5 1/4. Take a little bit off that end and a little bit off the fold end. Then we'll have the right size. And I could have just as easily used a piece of basic white or very vanilla to do this, but I liked using that. It's just, I don't know, it's got a little bit of a gray tint to it, I think, to me anyway. This is one of the die cuts that came in the kit. We are going to pop that up with dimensionals. I'll be able to do everything but that cut, and I'll just keep it off the page so I can do the cut later. I have no dies here, so I can't even substitute something. This is going to go right in the center at the top edge. And then I've got this big happy birthday that came from With You in Mind. So that has nice large greetings and then some cute little accent images. And we're going to ink that up with crushed curry. And I'm going to stamp that right underneath, ideally in the center. And then there'd be a die that I would lay right along there to trim that to get that really cool shape. I added some of the gold tone little hive pieces that came in the paper pumpkin kit. I put a little bumblebee over in the far right corner on one of them. And this piece of crushed curry is embossed with timber. So this will eventually end up mounted on here and then mounted onto the mossy meadow background, as you can see. And on the inside, I put that same wishing you all the happiness in the world, but I did that in crushed curry. Oh, thank you, Karen. This time we're going to do it in crushed curry. I mounted one of the daisies down here in the corner. And again, when I mount something like this onto a card on the inside, I do keep it flat 99% of the time. You don't have to. You can certainly add some dimension if you want. Those pieces will go on later. Can't believe I did that. I'm so sorry because I really wanted to share those dies with you too. So now I'll just have to create something else with those dies so you get to see them in action, huh? It's the joy of living in two worlds. So that's the inside, and then the front will eventually look like this. We have a good start to it. We just can't finish with that cut and add our bee and our gold hives. So those are the three that I came up with. There's still product left in the box that I can continue to play with. For ones that I have just a regular white envelope for, I think I'm going to take and stamp the back flap with this daisy with a little bit of spray on it, right? To pull that card together with the daisy card that's going to be inside. But this was a really good kit. Sometimes we like some better than others. This one, I have to say, knocked it out of the park. And so just as a reminder, here are the three that I did with the supplies that were in the kit. The only thing I added to this, I added the card base and the timber layer, because again, I was jumping that one up for my girlfriend. This one, I just added the little bees and the Lost Lagoon. This one, I just did a little blending brush and added that tiny strip of crushed curry, right? And then these were the original designs per Stamping Up's instructions. This is a very pretty card as well. Okay, so there was that one. And this one. And then this one. And I do like the blue with the daisies. I think I have one of those left, so I might do something different with that as well. But I do like that blue background. It kind of sets it off. So what do you think? Hey, Judy, thank you. Oh, thanks, Sharon. Well, guys, I appreciate you sticking with me today and following me around the clock. That was just kind of crazy, but hopefully it'll be better. Unfortunately, I will not be live Sunday night. My husband reminded me we have a hockey game Sunday night. So I will not be live Sunday night. I'm gone the rest of the week, so I can't even do an extra one this week. But I will see where we are, and if I can go live Monday night, when I get back, then I will certainly let you all know over on my Facebook page to come hang out with me on Facebook Monday night. I just have to see where my world is because I really can't remember where I'm supposed to be Monday right now. So sad. All right. Hey guys, thanks so much. I appreciate you and I appreciate you hanging out with me. Have a great rest of your Tuesday night. Had to stop and think. And a great rest of your week. Remember, no live Sunday night, but watch my page to see if we'll be able to do it on Monday night. Have a good one. Thanks again. Bye.